my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers. Welcome to your timeless Path of True Love reading with Extended. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. I'm the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There is a link in the description box. You can click it and preview it for free. And you can also click the link to preview my Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle, my members-only subscription platform, which allows me to do all sorts of cool stuff. All of my subscribers get access to all of the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s, like for this read we're about to do. All 8 levels of subscription at the time of this recording get the extended readings, as well as the daily check-ins. Every morning, YouTube unlisted live stream links, only they get to see it. They can chat with me every morning when we talk about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications. Always ending with a little something to send us on our way, and it is my favorite way to start the day, even though it rhymes. There's all sorts of fun and goodies going on over there. So if you're looking for a deeper dive, the extended readings, so much more exclusive workshops we're doing over there. It's a lot of fun. I'm digging it a lot. Come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel Alliance, Mark Angelo Lyons. But my aqualungs, you can call me Mal. Let's do this. If you're new to the channel, there's lots of links in the description box talking about this particular reading, a video I did, a preface to the Path of True Love readings, why I'm using the Celtic Cross and all of that, as well as lots talking about soul contracts, twin flames, soulmates, all that. If you're really looking to kind of get what these readings are about, regardless, they are general readings. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because the Path of True Love is about you. It's your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual awakening through the lenses of your relationships and your soul contracts, twin flame, soulmate, family, lovers. Sometimes these are romantic, sometimes they're not. That's a general read for you, but I'm going to do the best that I can in part 1 and part 2 to get you a little, Google Maps, a little overview of where you are on the path of true love, becoming the true love that we truly are underneath it all. Let's get up in this. Got 15 cards in part 1, 15 or more in part 2. I'm surrounded by divinatory systems and oracular who's-he-what's-this, so I go with my gut. I know what's going to hit the table card, the decks I'm going to use, but I like to keep it open with a variable to see where the guidance takes me. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. There's going to be party number 1 and party number 2, like a contract. You're going to have to feel out which one you are, and you might relate to both, because there's often mirroring on the path of true love, and there are links in the description box for the mirror process too. So I guess that's about it. Let's shift from explanation to divination, and that happens in the still point, so please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And away we go. Using the Caroline Mace archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. I need the 2 dominant archetypes in this soul contract with the Aquarius and the Cross Watcher. The dominant 8th chakra archetype for party number 1, showing us the alchemical balance, showing us the soul power being alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love on the path of true love. Party number 1. Party number 2, same thing, 8th chakra. What's going on there? Sending down the codes to all the other chakras, what they attract and what they repel on the path of true love. What's the soul power? Shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to health, fear to love. For the Aquarian and the Cross Watcher, party number 1 and maybe party number 2. This timeless, true love. Wait, these are in the title. Let's see how brave you are. Well, the warrior and the femme fatale, that feels pretty classic. Like, how far back do you want to go, right? Oh, dear, dear, dear. Well, Perseus, right? I don't know, maybe Andromeda. I don't know if she was necessarily a femme fatale, though she was about to get eaten by the Kraken. Release the Kraken. We have a masculine family archetype, and though you would think femme fatale would be feminine family archetype, it's not. It's in the wild card family archetype, 9 different groupings of Jungian archetypes we're dealing with here. And written on the card is the shadow attribute. Think of that as lead, toxic, an insulator, energy can't pass through it. And gold, the light attribute, and healthy, healing, a conductor, right? 3 atoms difference in between the 2 of them, hence the path of true love, the alchemy, the healing, the shadow work, all that jazz. So let's talk about it's an action family. It's not masculine family. It is the action family of archetypes, because certainly Wonder Woman, big deal in my life, obviously, a female embodiment of the warrior archetype. The shadow, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted by others or on others. Now look, that's not necessarily an Aquarian trait, but we all go there, right? Are you willing to do whatever, not do whatever it takes, but to win at any cost? That's a shadow warrior, because that's not playing fair. That's a villain, not a hero. The light attribute that party number 1 is shooting for here, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. That means the ability to make the tough choices and decisions. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice and conquering the ego. I will say I know a lot of Aquarians that's exactly how they are most of the time, particularly when there's a call to action. I know a lot of Aquarians in my lifetime, so that, but again, it's a general rate, and I don't know you people. Some of you barely know me. Well, let's talk about the femme fatale. I'm familiar and comfortable with femme fatale energy. Morticia Adams, Elvira, so many have influenced me in the best way possible in this life. The shadow attribute, inappropriate use of sensuality, not necessarily sexuality, sensuality, attachment to money and power. So, welcome to my parlor, said the spider to the fly, if you get what I'm saying. Watch out for them flies. It's an unhealthy attachment, right? So is this romantic, sexual? Maybe, maybe not, because the femme fatale could, again, wild card, take any shape or form. The gold, highlighting the erotic energy of the feminine. Open your hearts when your dependency is rejected. So, instead of burning down the village, like, oh, okay, I was depending on you for that. Well, watch this. Right, definitely more in that way. And again, this is lining up. I mean, this really feels like a classic romantic movie kind of vibe, right? Oh my God, I'm getting Conan and Red Sonja, right? Woo, archetypal comic book movie flashback. Let's layer on top of this a 10-card Celtic Cross. We're going to use the Mythic Tarot for the masculine part of this, the yang, the outside looking in, or the inside looking out, right? Lower 3 chakra dynamic. We're going to use the Daughters of the Moon to get what's behind the scenes, heart, throat, third eye crown, the feminine in the extended. Hence 10 of the 15 cards in this and 10 in that in part 2. Please take a nice deep breath. Waited a long time to do this video today. Still point. And I took my time. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the East, please, beloved gods of fixed air, focused air, the stratosphere, the atmosphere, the higher mind, please, 11th house dynamic, 10 cards. Face down, Celtic Cross for the Aquarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video on the path of true love. We got party number 1 with the warrior archetype. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras there. Whoops, I did that upside down now, and I know what it is. That makes sense. Okay. The Femme Fatale, party number 2. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras there. Outside in, inside out. What's going on? Physical plane, but in the unconscious. They may not be aware of it. The core of what they're both experiencing, unless they're really tuned tuned in to their intuition, etc. What is behind them? What got them to this crossroads on the path of true love? Aquarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, crosswatcher. What got them here in the physical world? What's crowning this? Hovering in the higher dimensions, active will to bring it into form, choices, decisions. But it may be delayed, but it's probably not going to be prevented. What's going on crowning this thing, hovering above it? All like a satellite. You in Virgo mode, where what's before them on the path? You know, we're just right around the bend. If they deal with this the best that they can, right? Shooting, going for the gold as best they can. What's the lesson you would have them learn? Outside in, inside out, on the path of true love. What does this look like from the outside looking in? We were to walk down the street, bump into these two at the crossroads. What would the vibe be on the lower three chakras? And where are they on the path of true love? Their hopes and fears, right? Their fate that they can't change, but their destiny that they can alchemize from that fate. What's going on? The destiny out of fate, the alchemy on the path of true love, and the most probable outcome for this timeline of this lifetime for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and crosswatchers watching this video, receiving this reading in this warrior, Femme, Fatale, soul contract. Let's start flipping. We got the warrior, and this is the one I saw. You got Zeus, the emperor. When it's a major arcana card in a reading like this, or it is a chakric zone, if you like, it's all three of them. This is a boss. Most likely, if this is looking at the warrior from the outside in, this is you yourself, really look out, what are you willing to do to conquer, right? To win at all costs, or all of the kings in the court cards come together as the emperor, cardinal, creative rather than destructive. So, right, Aries, right, Libra, who else am I missing there? Cardinal water, Cancer, and who am I forgetting? Cardinal earth, Capricorn, right? So Zeus can throw lightning at a second, right? But he's at the top. He's at the top of Mount Olympus, the king of the gods. So there may be some control issues here, but lower three chakras. This person is empowered. Again, scale of lead to gold, shadow to light. Where are they in that warrior power? The Femme Fatale crossing their path. The Knight of Wands, the Sagittarius card. Maybe this person is a Sagittarius, but I'll tell you one thing for sure. They're not going to give up. They're mutable fire with the Femme Fatale. They've got you in their sights, or you have them in your sights, however you want to see that, depending on which side of this you play. And I think play is the word. I think there is something playful about this, something flirtatious, definitely leaning more towards the romantic sexual. And, everybody says on YouTube, Sagittarius card, the Knight of Wands is the player of the zodiac. Well, with the Femme Fatale, it's very, very possible. What's going on underneath all of this? Okay, interesting. A court card. This might be a person, might be either one of them, could just be about Libra, because this is the King of Swords, the Libra card, cardinal heir, right? Again, 4 kings to make an emperor. So we are looking here underneath it, balance. Justice, 7th house dynamic, Venus driven, right? Ruled by Venus, partnerships, marriage, contracts, but balance in that as well. So there is probably an opportunity here to create a fairness and a balance, and perhaps the word legality might come into this in some way. What got him here? The World. Last card of the major arcana before it reboots, goes through the Fool and then reboots at the Magician. This is Hermaphrodite. It is a Greek god goddess. Trust me, it's a thing. It is. It's a god goddess, the child of Hermes and Aphrodite. There you go. We're talking about a union, a completion. Now look, there is a closing of a cycle here in the past, right? this contract could have been completed. This could be moving on, right? The Femme Fatale sort of galloping away into the sunset, and the Emperor, the warrior Emperor, sort of good on their throne. This is healed, this is balanced, or it's in that process. Again, this could be one of the two here at the crossroads, really like, nope, I'm good, right? Graduation, right? I completed, I did the lesson, I'm good. And that I would think would lean more towards the Emperor on the outer party number one. But let's see, what's crowning this? Oh, the Hermit card, Kronos. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Whatever this is, and that is the choice. Does the Knight of Wands want to just gallop ahead toward or away, right? Does the Emperor really just want to sit on the throne and just contemplate and create and find perhaps the stillness at the center of the scales, the still point? Yeah, it's a powerful thing. Puts you into those zero limit, pillar of the piece of eye, kind of vibe there, alignment. So I kind of like this. I mean, the Hermit's not everybody's favorite card in a relationship reading, but it's certainly about going further in and higher up. There's a higher way to see this. And Aquarius, you're the stratosphere. That's why humanitarianism, egalitarianism, right? We are the world, we are the children. It's very Aquarian. And so seeing the unity in all things, wanting to bring people together and all that kind of stuff, very friendly sign, though perhaps distant at times as needed, as all signs do, but Aquarians are really good at it, not just pulling up, not just pulling back, but pulling up, seeing this from a higher place. So they do that, brings them to the Ten of Cups. The union of Eros and Psyche, romantic love in the soul. It's a great myth. I'm pretty sure there's a video in the description box of a YouTube video that I did not create, sort of an animated, almost like comic book panel version of the story, which I think says it all, gives you the vibe of that particular path that true love. The Ten of Cups is my true love card in this deck. Now, this could be family member, I guess. This could be coworker, friend, whatever. But Ten of Cups for me really feels like your cups runneth over both sides of this, right? So if the warrior is really kind of like maybe holding their tongue, right? Discipline, sacrifice in conquering the ego, which, might want to throw lightning-ass questions later. And for the Femme Fatale there, to maybe their dependency was rejected. Maybe that's what that world card behind is about. Something ended. But there's still playfulness here. There's still a friendship here. And because I think bottom line, King of Swords, whether these two are aware of it or not, they know they did the best they could and they were as fair as they could be given the situation. And going on what's right now, there might be this internal contemplation of the Hermit now seeing in hindsight. Couldn't have happened any other way, right? Had to play out this way for it to then move to the Ten of Cups. That's pretty cool. Unconditional love. What's the lesson? The devil. Pan, right? Codependence, addiction, right? Pain, suffering, fear, the chains of illusion that bind. I call them the chains of smoke, right? Like chain smoking, right? They look real. They feel real. You're so terrified of whatever, bound, right? But you can move through them. It's the point of chains is to break them. And you don't have to break every link in the chain. You just need to break one link. So that's a witch thing, right? So Pan, what is the shadow work available here? What are you afraid of? What are you scared of? I don't mean like that. These fears are really legitimate. But one or both of you have got the wisdom in the lower three chakras here to manage this. I'm not worried about it. I don't feel like this is a horrible thing. A lot of it can be. That's why the Hermit, a lot of this could be things that are not necessarily true, though might feel very true. From the outside looking in, if we were to meet you two, Ten of Cups, you're in a new beginning. Potential, a seed, you can flush it, right? You don't have to drink it. You don't have to do anything with it. Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, floating there in her see-through nightie. I mean, if she's going to hand you an opportunity, a cup of love, at least drink it in for yourself. Love yourself, right? Give yourself, but this is looking at the two of you at the crossroads like, uh-oh. The world behind, the Ace of Cups from the outside looking in. Your destiny comes from the Seven of Pentacles. No shit. You're gonna have a look. You're gonna evaluate. You're gonna look at, is this worth it before I go into the Eight of Pentacles and keep working on this or go elsewhere? That's really obvious. You know, what is the wisdom you've gotten from this? You're not all the way there to the Ten of Pentacles. Yes. Here, certainly, a chapter closed, right? A scene in the movie, right? Intermission, whatever. No, more than an intuition. It's more like the sequel is about to begin. Oh, and particularly with the Star as your last card down. From the outside looking in, there is guidance, there is grace, there is hope, there is a possibility for wish fulfillment here. But of course, on the path of true love, it's not much of a hero's journey without demons, dragons, heroes, villains. What's the point of alchemizing fear to love if there's no fear? And there is. And this fear might be about your past relationships. It might be both of you are divorced, so to speak, literally, legally, symbolically, right? I'm done. I'm done with this, right? But in a good way. I graduated. No, I'm okay. Especially with an emperor there on the outer. But also with that King of Swords. Underneath all of this, there is an understanding. It's like, no, I get it. I've been through this. I kind of get what you're going through. But a femme fatale can be incredibly seductive, right? Can she seduce the emperor? Let's find out. We got our Celtic Cross on the table. We get 3 more cards, and then we're jumping over to the extended. Oh, on Vimeo. You can do these pay-per-view on Vimeo if you like. I love Vimeo.com. I've had it before I started doing readings on YouTube. I had Vimeo.com. They got a big catalog. We got a big catalog. Anyway, we're going to get 2 Whispers of Love. Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher self for party number 1, party number 2, and in the extended reading we will be using, where are you? You're here somewhere, there you are, the Whispers of Lord Ganesh, also by Angela Hartfield, to help remove those obstacles of the 3 atoms in between lead and gold for both of them. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Yes, indeed. I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What are the whispers of love needed for the Aquarian collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading on the path of true love. What is the piece of information, inspiration, insight needed for party number 1? Warrior in the 8th. Emperor, lower 3 chakras, and party number 2, Femme Fatale in the 8th. Sagittarius, Knight of Wands, probably more solar plexus or second chakra there. I'm getting the feeling, the tingle, so to speak. What's the whisper of love there for these 2 on the path of true love? The warrior with the emperor has appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. Love for each other, love of the self, we don't know. For the party number 2, Femme Fatale in the 8th. Sagittarius, Knight of Wands on the outer. We got be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. That's demonstrative. That's reaching out. That's busting a move. Wow, I'm not going to say that's shocking, but I say I'm a little surprised, because it might then really be that healthy. It's like, okay, something ended, maybe with this warrior archetype, maybe not, but I'm good, I'm going to have fun, let's do this. No, you need help here, what do you need, what can I do, right? How can I be supportive of whatever this is? Now, the support with the Hermit hovering here might be saying, hey, I love you, but you need space, I need space, let's take space, it's okay, right? How can I be supportive? You want me to disappear for a bit? Done, right? Aquarian's very good at that, right? Well, when I say ball in your court, tag you're at, right? So that both of you perhaps can do the alchemy, break the chains that bind, the leaded chains that cutting into your chakras and hurting, right? It may have nothing to do with the 2 of you, right? Well, Ace of Cups, it could be this is a brand new thing. Like you just met, and you're both sort of done with the world behind you and whatever. So there would be that King of Swords, Libra understanding between the 2 of you. So appreciate this moment and be supportive. I like it. Last card down. Seems very friendly, right? Again, does it have to be romantic? I don't know. There's some of my key cards on here that would say yes, yeah. They are. Just real quick, major arcana check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would say half of the major arcana being major. So yeah, no, half of the tarot in the Celtic Cross being major arcana is probably a bigger deal than we may be thinking yet. So our last card down, the Macon Healing Mantra deck. Doesn't matter if you're party number 1 or party number 2, apply the mantra. And I've been saying for a while, Aquarians, fixed air, fixing your mind, focusing your mind on a mantra is sort of your gig. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point, because this one's easy. I call upon the ascended masters of true love, the path of true love, our hero's journey, our healing journey, our spiritual awakening, our divine plan, sacred contracts, and all of that through our relationships and our soul contracts. Please, beloved ones of truth and love, which is sort of bringing those together, are tricky. One card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, Cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize the shadow light, lead to gold, pain to peace in this warrior Femme Fatale contract, appreciating this moment and being supportive on the path of true love, amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Okay, I'm going to read it from the bookie book. It's the only bookie book read in part 1. Part 2, there's a bunch. Because I cross every T and dot every I as the Virgo that I am. But abundance certainly here. Is it financial? Good. Emperor could be, right? You know, 7 of Pentacles on the table? Yeah, it could be. But it also means that there's something really, really good here. And again, with that 10 of Cups, right, doesn't that speak of emotional abundance? So, when we first got this and I started using it online, we came up with a little ditty for the mantra, this little mnemonic, a little memory device. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Right, it's very Looney Tunes. And it sticks. Trust me. Amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. God, I could feel either a warrior or a femme fatale doing that. When you are abundant, you feel confident that life will always meet your needs, whether things go according to plan or not. Like if there are wood chippers and chainsaws outside the window and you're trying to do readings, abundance is not a matter of having more than enough, but of seeing from the soul's perspective that only your ideas and beliefs can ever limit your experience. And that's annoying, but we're talking about an air sign here. So that's what I'm saying. This Devil card might very well be just a lot of air stuff, a lot of thought that may not necessarily be true in every situation. Abundance is a readiness to be supported by the universe in exchange. This is lawyer language. Perk up your ears, right? Abundance is a readiness to be supported by the universe in exchange for letting your light shine at full capacity. And we don't know how to do that day to day. So you say, all right, higher power, higher self, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, Angina, whoever, right? Wonder Twins, shine my light through me at full capacity for me on my behalf. Let me shine my light here and receive the abundance that is my birthright now. This mantra is ideal for unraveling beliefs of lack and scarcity. You can't have a thought of fear without lack, or a thought of lack without fear. A Course in Miracles, pretty much in the first chunk of the book. Overcoming fear, there we go, and increasing confidence, Godfidence. I'm into it. This is a really, really cool read. So we're going to put it together in a blessimation. Gonna take a little break. Gonna get the other decks on the table, reconfigure this as the Virgo that I am, because I do like symmetry, and dive in and get you a part 2 with all sorts of fun and shenanigans, I'm sure. And I don't know what the wild deck is going to be, but we will be using The Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish, The Whispers of Lord Ganesh, the Archangel Mike, Fire Oracle. What else? We got a whole lot. Oh, we'll probably get a chakra reading card. We got a lot. Ooh, I got a lot to choose from. So, as well as the 10 Daughters of the Moon for the heart, third eye crown, the feminine energy, what's going on behind the scenes of what we know or see here is going on in the physical. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. So quiet now. Here we go. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love. So that party number 1, As with the Emperor on lower 3 chakras, embrace their strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, their heroism, their stoicism, and their self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Yes, as the Emperor, being that light, that yes, I will stand, I will create, I will bring together the cardinal kings, put it out into the world, but I'm going to do it in the best way that I can, and that party number 2 with the Femme Fatale is able to highlight their erotic energy of the feminine, opening their heart when their dependency has been rejected, and maybe their dependency has been rejected, but not necessarily by party number 1. So to have that Knight of Wands on the outer feels appropriate if it's agreed upon and if it's fun, and with the King of Swords underneath all of this, it feels like it's going to be fair. It feels like there are healthy boundaries and that there is balance here. I think they both have come from a place of graduation. They've been through this before, but maybe together, maybe not. Again, a general read. So of course, what's hovering over this is some hermit time, some time to pull back, see things from the higher perspective, right? Location, location, location. You get to see a bigger picture when time has gone by, and that is Kronos, the god of time there. But at least in the Ten of Cups, their hearts overflow, and it feels like both of them, that it's not one-sided. The lesson here is to deal with the devil, the shadow, the codependent patterns, or just the fears, psychic scars and traumas from relationships past, because there is an Ace of Cups. Walking into these two on the street, go like, oh, is this new? Are you two together? What's going on? If you two just met, it would totally be that Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, hovering there with a see-through nightie and a big cup that drag queens much love and make their hands look small. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert reference. And the way through this is to assess, is to perhaps from that hermit place pull back. 7 of Pentacles. How's this? How's this feel? Is this worth it? Before I put my head down into this, let me just pull back and reevaluate. Am I ready? Are we ready for this? And certainly, come here! Ending with the star in the lower 3 chakras, there is guidance, there is grace, there is connection. This is a spiritual connection. It's a true love read. And with my Ten of Cups as the true love card, it is something that I feel like they can parlay their way into fairly. More gold than lead. And may party number 1 appreciate this moment, and may party number 2 be supportive as they amplify abundance, because abundance is their birthright, everyone's, but theirs in particular. And may they receive it now and be the best that they can be. Heal, grow, learn, evolve, no matter what the other one does, on the path of true love, becoming the true love they are destined to be, anchoring that energy into the planet when it most desperately needs it. For their well-being, for our well-being, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So would it be. And so it is now. My pleasure. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. If you approve, if you're like, this makes sense, I'm gonna hit the thumbs up, because that's what helps other people find the reading. And certainly, if you want the extended Vimeo, it's the first link down there, Vimeo on demand. I love it. But all of my patrons on patreon.com/drawingthecircle get all of the extended readings, past, present, future, and I've been doing them for years. So there are a lot of them. And if you want to book me for a private reading, clients come first, really. Well, friends, family, then clients, right? In the pecking order of what I got to get done in the day. But I will always juggle to get a client in, particularly if it's a Path to True Love deal. So there's a link in the description box, booking a reading with Mal. YouTube video explains everything you needed to or wanted to know about booking a reading with Mal, but we're afraid to ask, and you can get it over with, because it does. It makes it just much easier to do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna take a little break, do a little breath, right? Drink a little water, get the cards on the table, and jump into this extended read on Vimeo and on Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. Hang in there. I love you. A warrior and a femme fatale feels like ancient mythology playing out in current modern day, so comment if you can. And most of all, I love you. Hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.